Welcome to the Mulligan Menace. I've got a crazy, awesome Ugin Odin combo deck here for you. This deck, I'm going to tell you, I had people roping me that were so ticked off playing. I played against a synthesizer deck, which I completely wiped their board. I had multiple synthesizers in their exile bin. I was able to fight through them, destroying my Ugin multiple times. They destroyed my Planetarium, or removed my Planetarium. I fought through all of that to destroy them, and they just sat there and roped me. I also had a game where we had Badger Mole, and they even were able to get an ancient Adamant Toys out. That's the 820 creature where all damage that is dealt to them or any other creature is dealt to that instead. And I was able to just out of nowhere, having nothing on board but land, pull my Odin into play and win the game. So how this deck works, this is pretty crazy. Odin, when it comes into play, you destroy target creature and opponent controls, and then on that second stage, when this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. Now, normally this card's not like super stellar because, there's a lot of removal, a lot of sorcery removal, things that are going on with that. Plus, you can just block this. It's not a big deal. But what we're doing, we're sneaking this into play. We have two different ways to sneak this into play. One, we have Live or Die. It's an instant. You can return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. So you want to get this into your bin to do that. And then two, you have Planetarium. This Planetarium card from the new set, I'm loving this thing. When you can scry 2 with this, and then whenever you scry or surveil, look at the top card of your library. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Do this only once each turn. So on your opponent's turn, you can trigger this, which means you get 2 looks at the top cards. You can scry those away and then cast your third card. Or if you find a card you want to cast, keep that on top. You have Ugins you can find with this. You can find your Odins with this. And the nice thing with finding Odin on your opponent's side, if they don't have any land to counter with, or if they have their creatures tapped down, or if they only have one untapped creature, you cast this, you destroy the creature that's untapped, and then you can attack in with the next turn and win the game. So what we have here, we have quite a bit of ramp here and some removal. We got 4 elves. We got 2 bitter triumphs, which helps you discard the Odin. Terminus for ramp. We have Collector's Vault, which helps you ramp as well as discard the Odin. Mazemind Tomes helps you find the cards that you need. It does trigger the scry ability on the Planetarium, and it also allows you to gain some life. That also is definitely beneficial in there. Iron Crag for ramp. Day of the Black Sun takes care of the Badger Mole decks. Even though I didn't draw this in the deck that I wiped out that Badger Mole player, you're going to love watching that video, so stay watching for that one. That's a fantastic matchup, as well as the synthesizer matchup. Maelstrom Pulse, this is a huge card. Gets rid of multiple things. Just think of like decks like the synthesizer deck. They could have 3 of those synthesizers in play. You get rid of all of them for 1 card, which is just nutty. Hadron Archive, obviously, for card draw as well as ramp. Deadly Cover-Up, we have one in there. That's just a nice one to also be able to steal cards from their deck that are pesky for you, so that's handy. Obviously, the Live or Die and the Odin are the combo pieces here. Loving the Planetarium. Land-wise, we got 12 Swamps, 4 Marshes, 4 Verges for the Wastewood Verges, and then Rogue's Passage. So even if they end up having multiple creatures there to block with, and you can only kill off so many of them, you can still target your Odin to become unblocked with this creature. So that's an awesome ability. So multiple ways to get the Odin to deal damage to your opponent. Multiple ways to get rid of pesky spells on there. And man, we got 3 Ugins here. You can't go wrong with Ugin. You're going to love this one. But if you can, first, hit that subscribe button below. We have different decks and new decks every single day, posting videos every single day. So if you want to see the new content, subscribe to the channel, hit that like icon. Trying to get to 2,000 subs, so I really do appreciate it. And let's get into the awesome gameplay. All right, we go first. We got some ramp here. We'll keep this. We do have the pulse. They went down to 6 cards. All right, we'll drop our swamp to start. hide the green for now. Get our Iron Craig down. Start a ramp. Playing an ally deck, it looks like. Alright, unfortunately, we don't have that in the bin, but we can get it there. With Bitter Triumph. And then at the end of their next turn, we can live or die. And then if they have too many untapped creatures, we can pulse. Well, that's not bad. Okay, Earth King. Resolve that. Better Triumph. Discard a card. We're at 5 and turn. All right, we'll see how many creatures they can cast. We got it if they only have 2 creatures on the board. All right. And he attacks in. All right, I think that's a good game. We'll return our Odin. Kill the guide. Back in. Good game. I think we can keep it because we do have a little bit of removal here and the ramp. It's not as fast as I would like to do, but because it is late ramp. Make it look like we're just mono black for now. Tifa. We will discard a card since we have so much land. Now, watch us not draw that 7th or that 5th land so that we can get the Ugin out in 2 turns. Hydra. Alright, we could be in trouble here. We need that land. We should have pitched an Ugin. Ooh, they shouldn't have lost the land. Alright, that's fine. Here's the hoping that they don't have an exile effect. Or I mean a hexproof effect. Kind of looks like they do. That's about all we can do is the draw. They have enough to kill us this turn is the question. If we draw land, we can double spell. All right. So you have a land drop? Hopefully not. They don't. Ooh, we drew the land. Which allows us to do this and then follow up with the Planetarium. All right, good game. All right, we go first here. Not, I guess you can consider that ramp, but do have some removal. Keep it. It's kind of a longer turn play here. I think we'll do the Collector's Vault first. Just hiding that we have green mana to start. Overlord. Alright, we know what we're playing with here. So we do this in case we get an elf. We got an elf. It's an instant. We can get up there for deadly cover up so that we can remove what we want out of their grave. In that case, we want to probably discard this, cast a pulse on that. Okay, we'll do that. We'll cast this. We're just trying to get up to that 6 trigger on that. Okay, they're going to give their guys haste. It's not good. I have an Arden in hand, too. Get this out. I mean, we can go after the Ardens, I think. If we do this, and that still gives us 3. That's the way to go. We have 4 mana available. Draw a card, discard a card, probably just discard the swamp. Though I do want to turn this on. I think we can turn it on by That might not have been right to discard the Bitter Triumph, because he could win the game here next turn. Guess we just do that. No attack. Let's pulse the siege. Because I don't want them to have haste. I am kind of missing my draw spell right now. That would help us find our Ugin, help us find our other stuff, but we're kind of just playing for the long game at this point. Okay, discarded another Arden. We'll go after the Ardens with the Deadly Cover-Up. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess we'll get rid of the elf. Do this. Go after the Ardens. 1, 2. Didn't even need to drop that bitter. They have a counter. They don't. Okay. Well, that's good to know. He only had 2 Ardens. Okay, well, he still has stuff he can get rid of in his hand. He has a Lively Dirge 2 here coming up for 5. That's a bit nasty. All right, I guess we just kind of hope the Planetarium hits. He's going to be able to get the Terror Eater into the yard. By doing that, bring it back with that. All right. And he still has his Dirge available to him. I can cast this and get rid of that. I'm wondering if that's the play. I don't mind 4 damage. Nothing can go to the graveyard, unfortunately, with that out. Let's cast this. We'll trigger it on their turn. And they're going for the card draw. See if we get a sweeper or something. Neither of those do it. This does give us an additional trigger, though. It's an interesting game. That's going to come back. Now we really need a sweeper here. Okay, my turn. Trigger this. All right, Ugin. Go after that. We have to sacrifice 3 things. I think it's worth it. Resolve to I was tempted to keep the thing so I could discard.
I see no threat that I cannot
Draw, see if we can find... Oh, we found removal.
open your mind.
We're going to hold on to that one. And we can trigger... We can trigger this as well. Either that or we can just... We don't have enough to cast this and Planetarium. Let's just hold off on this and... He only has a fear of missing out in his bin. We're in a pretty good spot, actually. All right. What's it going to do with Bill Mark? All right, we'll Planetarium here. I guess we could have removed that before he does this, just to stop him from putting all those creatures in his yard. Would make my stuff unblockable, which would be handy, but I think he's got to have removal or something. It is just a land, unfortunately. Discard a card.
Do not bring chaos here.
Okay, Riddler. Okay, they'll be able to get something back here, but most likely like a fear missing out. See what we draw. All right. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to discard. I guess we can draw it with Planetarium. Let's drop that. End turn. They didn't put this on haste, so we're very lucky for that. Conversely, we could have just cast this as well. But we have ways of drawing and discarding by doing it this way. Alright, they're putting Riddler into play. They draw a card. Kind of want to stop this because we got too many good hits that they can hit with this. Yep. We're going to activate. All right, I think we do it that way. Destroy target creature. That only takes 2 damage. We're fine with that.
You fight.
It's kind of a grindy match here. Okay, what are they returning? Okay. My turn. Mazemind's Tome. First things first, we add mana. Ooh, we can sweep here. 5.
Breathe and learn.
And take all our mana to do that. I think that's good though. Gives us another turn. Okay, that's fine. Nothing gets haste here. Just draw cards. Already halfway through their deck. We do have another Ugin. Draw. Those from Pulse.
Is vital to success.
If we do that, we can Tomb. For Collector's Vault. Cast that. Destroy that creature.
One step in the stratagem.
Alright, good game. Alright, let's look at this. I think we got a mulligan this. The elves are great, but we're just not going to be able to ramp. Maybe I keep it just to get lucky. Does feel like we have 2 dead cards in hand, though. Archive on turn 4, we have 3 land. Let's keep it. There's a lot worse hands that we could have, I guess. Let's drop. Let's get one of our green lands here, then we can drop an elf right away. And then not sure really matters too much. Okay, I can cast that from the graveyard. Okay. Well, we can do this. Unfortunately, we can't do anything with it this turn, but we can get it to get a token to drop an elf if that's what we want to do. Okay, Airbend so. Ooh. think we drop an elf. Cast an elf. Not sure if that was right play. We could have just waited and cast the archive. Because if they kill our elf, we're going to be in a lot worse shape here. Discard a card. Okay, if we draw land, we can win next turn. Well, if we draw land, we can win the turn after, I should say, because we have live or die in hand, and we discarded our win con. All right, we did not draw our land. I guess we do this. We'll trigger our vault. We'll toss an elf. So we gotta wait a turn. They don't have any counter spells, so that's good to know. Okay, we have to discard a card. Let's go for the pulse. Blooming Marsh. We have enough mana for live or die. No attacks. End turn. Let's hope they tap out here. Okay. All right. Now we're looking for them to attack. We'll just take the 6. Live or die. Bring back Odin. I'll kill their creature. My turn. And we get another Odin. Just go to attacks. Attack in. And that's a good game. All right, opponent goes first on this one. We do have the elf, which we can get the tomb down. I mean, it doesn't speed us up, but I mean, it speeds us up for later, but just not for the tomb. Let's keep it. We will need a second swamp, obviously. I guess we'll just do that one. Maelstrom Pulse. Let's see if he casts a second Inquisitor. He doesn't. Well, that's a little interesting. I think I still do the Tomb, because those guys don't do a whole lot for us at the beginning of the game. Alright, they're gonna put that down. Do damage to us. Alright, we're already starting to take a lot of damage here. We're gonna want to try to find stuff. Another pulse. I think it's worth throwing a pulse at one of these. Otherwise, we're going to be taking way too much damage. We're not getting our draw ability. I mean, at least we can scry. Kind of on the back foot here. Okay, they got their angel. We can block with a elf as well. Better triumph. Another removal spell. Get that tapped. So we get an elf out. And we can tomb next turn. Ooh. We're going to have to destroy that. Third tomb. Jeez. Let's draw. Let's get our other tomb down, and we can draw with this one as well. No attack and turn. We'll block here with it. Do have a sanctuary they can turn on. We're down to 2 cards. Yep. I'll block there. We'll draw. Another elf. And an Iron Crag. I'm holding off just in case they cast another Rest in Peace. I kind of want to keep this just in case we need to discard. So we'll let them go for now. Not to mention they can cast something much better. Take the 3. One, 2, 3, 5, 6. I missed the draw, didn't I? So land. Get this down. We can get our Ugin out next turn. And that can take care of the Rest in Peace. All right, good game. All right, let's look at this hand. 3 We have the removal. We can discard that as well. Planetarium's going to be fun. Let's keep it. Hopefully we get some ramp. Playing against black. That's not too bad, as long as it's not discard. Ooh, Collector's Vault's pretty good. Oh, that's a bummer. We get up to it, you can get it. Oh. Let's go after it. Let's see, there's nothing else for us to go after. Okay, he's ramping. Bit of Triumph we're going to save for their Ugin, I think. We'll discard that. I think we can win on the next turn, possibly. Not our next turn, but the cycle after that. 2 more turns, I guess you'd say. Okay, Hadron. Okay, we'll see if we can do it here. They tapped out for Ugin, that's a good sign.
Preparation. Success. There is clarity.
I don't have any colored items they can get rid of. Here's my tomb.
I am the master of this.
Okay, they're tapped out, aren't they? What can they do here? Okay. Never die? Kill the tap creature? And this is how you beat Ugin. Look at that. Mirror match. Ugins. Good game. Alright, opponent goes first on this one. This is not a great hand here. Just not fast enough. We're going to mulligan it. This is a lot better. We'll keep this hand. Let's pitch the second elf. Do wish that was our starting hand, because the 2 elves can help me get the Ugin down a lot faster. Didn't want to risk not drawing a land. The tomb helped smooth out card draw. They're holding on to a counter. Interesting. Okay, so they're doing the artifact thing. That pesky artifact deck. Well, Maelstrom Pulses will be going after the synthetic or synthesizers. Do they have one already? Okay, repurposing bay. Looks like they'll get one next turn, most likely. Let's do this. We need to keep it for the land draw. We're going to do this in case we find another elf. Alright. We can cast that next turn. and then draw off of it. We have enough for the Ugin on our turn. I don't think they're necessarily sitting on a counter. They're going to repurposing Bay for the synthesizer here, get the extra draw. We're going to be a turn off, I think. Yep. Because we'll be dropping an Ugin next turn where we want to be dropping it this turn. Planetarium. That's interesting. Let's get this out. We'll pass this. Because they can get a second synthesizer with the repurposing bay. I just hope they don't get rid of our archive. I'm kind of telegraphing that I have an Ugin by dropping that. They might even be going after our archive at this point. I mean, it'd be kind of smart for them to do that. I'd almost rather have them go for a synthesizer. Yep. So I can kill both their synthesizers next turn by dropping the Ugin, adding 3 and dropping the Tome. Put 2 to the top. Ooh. Maelstrom Pulse just kind of gets rid of those. So we got 5, 6, 7. Do I just Maelstrom Pulse? And I guess Maelstrom Pulse might go after the constructs. Yeah, I think I just have to do this. And then we'll zero it. There's a risk of them attacking in. I mean, they can still repurposing Bay as well. So they have to get... They can repurposing Bay for the spring loaded. They got a lot of cards in hand. And plus they left the 2 on top. They can repurposing Bay to get another synthetic or synthesizer. Get lost. That's pretty good. Are they going to do that? We will scry. It's unfortunate. Quite a bit of damage there. It's pretty basic removal. It's not what I'm looking for here. It's also not what I'm looking for here. Do we need it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we can Planetarium here. I think we Planetarium, scry, and then we can scry with the tomb. On their turn. I think we do this too. Do this. Well, that's pretty good. But it doesn't get rid of everything we need it to. So these are colorless. So they can just attack into it and kill it. Are they going to bother is the question. I guess we'll do that. Oh, that does have a color to it. Okay. Beginning of your events, you may tap 5 untapped artifacts. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Get this into play. This is going to survive. I didn't realize that was colored. Oh, shoot. I meant to keep that for the repurposing bay. Shoot. Did that wrong. I mean, we'll still be able to go after this synthesizer with the Ugin. It's kind of a fun matchup, actually. We've already gotten rid of 2 of their synthesizers. We'll be able to get rid of 2 more. Well, let's trigger this. Nope. Well, hopefully we find something here. Well, that wasn't very good. Yeah, we'll put it on the top. So we could just scry it away, too. And by the way, this is colorless, so he kind of helped us a little bit if he can't get rid of our Ugin this turn. He found one to get rid of the Ugin. He needed to do that. But we can Maelstrom Pulse. Alright. 4, 5, 6. 3 for that. Well, I think we first start with this. We'll get rid of this.
My timeless wisdom guides you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we plus or just 0 this so that we can cast this. Go after his repurposing bay.
Heed my counsel.
Just scry here. Get the elf into play. In turn, we got a blocker too now. We'll be able to trigger the Planetarium on his turn. I think they're kind of cooked here and they don't know what to do. They got rid of our Ugin twice. We brought this one back. They got rid of our Planetarium. We brought it back. We've got rid of all their synthesizers, repurposing bay, perilous snare. And we're sitting pretty good here. Because we got a Ugin, a Planetarium, Elf. We haven't even showed him our combo yet. Please subscribe. Daily videos. Get to play fun ones like this. Also like the channel. Comment below how you like seeing decks like this. I'm gonna make a Mono-Black Odin deck. I really like that combo. I want to see how we can do it a little lower to the ground. I do like the Planetarium build in it though. I think they're giving up. Look at this. Salt-driven synthesizer player. That's just looking like a big ball of salt right there. All right, let's Planetarium. Oh, that feels a little dirty, doesn't it? Let's do that. We'll pulse this. We'll draw the tomb. We'll cast the tomb. Destroying that. They now have nothing but lands left in play. Remember back when they had 5 artifacts in play? We also have a Planetarium trigger this turn. We have a Planetarium trigger on their turn. We have a draw spell here. We can draw more cards with the... Shouldn't say draw spell. We have the +2 for the draw and gain life. We have draw here for sacrificing. Not to mention, we have the Explore here. Good game. All right, we go first. We have the Collector's Vault. We have the Elf for ramp. We have the Odin in hand that can get pitched. Let's keep it. Okay, they're a minor. We're not going to attack in. We can archive next turn. Oh, this is going to be interesting. They'll take the Odin, I think. Okay, now we got to remove the bat. No blocks. Well, that's one way to remove the bat, right? I think we do this first. I mean, it's a little sketch because of the... They could drop another bat. It's fine. Do that. We also have the pulse. So 2. Still draw a spell. And discard. Hold on, cancel. We'll hold that in our hand, and then we can pitch it at the end of their turn. That was a terrible play on their part. Look at that. Exactly the card we needed. Let's see what they do. Slasher, don't care. Attack in, perfect. Alright, let's get him. Kill the slasher. My turn. I'll attack in. Good game. All right, opponent goes first on this one. I think we're going to keep this. We do have quite a bit of ramp here. So it definitely benefits us. Would be nice if we went first. Elf. Okay. I think we're going to end up needing a sweeper here because of the Badger Mole Cubs, but we'll see. Yep, there they are. All right, and we're not on the play. They're on the play, so there is not a whole lot we can do to counteract against this. All right, they got 6 mana available to them on turn 3. Put that out. Reflector's Vault. 3, 4, 5, 6. We can get an Ugin down next turn. That would actually be huge if we can get an Ugin and get rid of the Badger Mole Cub. It doesn't look like they have any of their payoff spells. That's not great. Well, we can discard. We can discard and cast, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, yeah, I think we got it here. Holy crap. As long as we don't die next turn. End turn. This is crazy if this actually works out for us. Oh! Does that not work? I mean, we can kill it. So, we have to get something on our turn to kill that. That is like the one card that could have solved for him. This creature dies, exile it. So we need to draw a removal spell, essentially. So pass the turn. Well, that worked out pretty good. So we're going to discard this. We're going to cast this. Returning that to well, that's kind of funny. We'll do this. Targeting this. Yes, I'm sure. Auto pay. Resolve. Auto pay. What a crazy game. Are we gonna get roped? Or is he just stunned that we actually accomplished this? Out of nowhere, we threw this in our bin, casted it, removed his creature that just normally would demolish people. And we got a roper. That is hilarious. What a turn. What a turn. What a fun deck to play. And the real kicker is we even have an Ugin that we never even casted. We could have, but didn't, because we didn't need to in this situation. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana we would have available. Good game. All right, let's take a peek here. We don't have any green mana, which makes this a little rougher. We can smooth out things with Mazemind Tome. We do go first as well. Let's keep it. I know we have 2 dead cards in our hand right now, but we're hoping by turn 3 we'll find our land. Scavenger. Okay, well, we definitely need it with the 2 pulses here. We are going to scry for that land. Aerialist. I'll take 1. Scry. We found our land. Now, I don't think we're going to get to 5 mana anytime soon. Plus, he can start having some stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here. Kill that, because that can get this too large. And we'll scry in for more solutions. We're kind of looking for sweepers at this point. Stuff that can get around hexproof. Well, we'll trigger that before it goes away. We'd rather just find land, I guess, at that point. If we get a land, we can just archive into Tomb. Oh, he played Shard Mages. Okay. We'll do this. Into the Tomb. This means we can get around shelter. Okay. Problem is, we need to get a land for next turn to get around shelter here. Alright, is he going to go for the Tomb? No, he doesn't. Yeah, figured he would do that. That's fine. Just said he doesn't have a second Shard Mages. That's the only thing we asked for. Well, we got our land. Question is, do we just go for the shelter? He has a Shard Mages on it, so I think we actually just go for the shelter. Let's do that. Then we get our mana back. He can't throw hexproof on it. We get our card draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we just draw our elf. Want to save this if we get an Ugin. Okay, we're going to take 3 here. Those are some dead draws, unfortunately. We can do the Iron Crag. I think we're going to need this because then we're going to archive here. We'll keep this available for the spider. We're going to take, at a minimum, 6 here. If he drops a land, we're dead. No attacks. I think we do this first. Lots of land. Almost anything. I guess that was just a +1/+1. Next turn's the double strike. Okay. We're not in completely terrible shape, but you're drawing way too much land, though. Got the draw here. Got to get something. That doesn't do it for us. They'll give counters to everything. Yeah. One goes first. This one's way too slow. We're going to mulligan it. It is definitely better. We'll keep it. Get rid of one of the vaults. Looming Marsh. Oh, that's a nice raceway. All right. Black Sun's going to do some work here, I think. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm going to do this. Because they can just blast our elf. We might give them a couple free shots just so they can load their board up. Alright. Maybe not. 2 for 1's pretty good in this situation, I guess. This is only a 5/3, unfortunately. We still want to play it as an instant, though. Okay. I guess we're going to Elf and Collector's Vault. We can make this unblockable if we get it in play next turn. If it dies, so be it. It goes to our graveyard anyway. Let's do this. We'll be able to draw and discard next turn. 4, 5. Okay, they just Hellkited. Deals 1 to our elf. They unfortunately warped this in, didn't they? They only paid 4. Or no, they're at max speed. That's why. Okay, so that is in play. So we do have to kill it. Let's discard 1. Yeah, we kind of have to, don't we? Keep that land around. I mean, we could Planetarium. I guess we didn't have to discard that. I mean, we're going to. That. We can Planetarium next turn if we need to. Try to get an Ugin to gain life. Yeah, he got us. Good game. Forgot to start recording on that. I mulliganed down and just drew a Bitter Triumph. The other one didn't have any interaction. Okay, we're playing a green-blue lessons? Question mark. All right, Blooming Marsh. We'll get in the Collector's Vault so we can start ramping. Badger Milk. Alright, we can get rid of that. I think I'll take 3 to get rid of that. Oh, I mean, we can just sweep too. Nah, we can't this turn. Maybe we hold off a turn. What happens if we hold off a turn? 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, they can get a Boroid no matter what next turn if they have a land in hand. So I guess we just vault. We gotta cover up. Let's play into the sweepers, I guess. Because we can always just sweep next turn. Kind of hope they cast the Boroid at this point. Oh, Badger Mocha. Okay, Day of the Black Sun will work out pretty well for us then. Okay, they can attack in, otherwise they can cast something for 4. So they can still cast another Boroid. Alright. Sure. I think I'm going to do the sweep. We'll just do that for 2. Reduces their mana count. I'm short. Bummer. Alright. We still got the deadly cover up. That works. We can double or deadly cover up the Boroid. Regent? Alright. Yeah. Not a big deal. He's got another Quenchy, doesn't he? Okay. Oh. Why did he do that? Wanted that to avoid the sweep, maybe? I mean, good play on him. We can do this followed by the Bitter Triumph. I don't have enough in our yard, unfortunately. Because that would have been... I guess he didn't have any in his yard. Let's just do this. We can Bitter Triumph if we really want to. So he can cast this, get a counter on it, make it a 4. I kind of hope he waits a turn so that we get our archive. Well, that worked out okay for us. Sure. Okay. Still don't think that's actually the play. This into the vault. Because this can become a 5. This be a 3. Can only kill. We can't even kill anything when we do it that way. This will slow them down. And we can still Collector's Vault. I guess we can't. Discard a card. We'll go after the Badgermole Cub. Yes, I am sure. Pay 1. Actually. Activate this first. Okay. So to get his Boroid down. Yeah, he has to tap out. We can get rid of the Boroid with this. He's left with a 3/3 creature. We're just not drawing our land, though. He's got another Boroid. We can get rid of that if we draw a land. Ugh. Problem is he's left with this. He didn't draw a land. Yeah, we're dead next turn. Alright, we go first. We don't have the elf, but we do have the Iron Craig into the archive. We'll keep it. Turn 1 elf would have been nice in this situation. We do need to draw into land to get to the archive. So we're looking for 2 land is what we're really looking for here. Duress. Iron Craig, I think, is probably the pick. They might pick apart our hand pretty good here if this is a pure discard deck. Alright, they already know we're an Ugin deck. We can Bitter Triumph to get the Odin in our graveyard. Oh, okay. We'll discard that. I think we're going to keep the elf. We're going to pitch that. Planetarium. We're not drawing, unfortunately, our land. So we are in rough shape. Yeah, all their sanctuaries we don't have great solutions to. I think we got to do that. And that. Ugh. It's hard to play when you don't have land. Is that the 3rd one he cast? That is insane. All right. Finally, we got a land. Might as well discard a card, I guess. Okay, so we now need a land and our Solution to bring back. Okay, I mean, we are still live, which is kind of crazy. After all of that, we might still top deck. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 discards. Oh, this is funny, if this actually works. Well, I mean, I guess we have to. Do they have removal, is the question. They do. They do. They had it. And they removed it from our graveyard. All right, you got me. What a fun deck to play. I really enjoyed this one. The Odin, this is the first time I've ever actually played this card. I'm going to make another deck that's going to be Mono-Black and play that. Hopefully I'll have something for you next week with that. But really enjoyed playing the combo for this. With Ugin, Ugin's always a fun one. Planetarium is a beast in this deck. Not only does it help trigger Ugin for an additional kill, or for an additional exile, I should say, but it finds the Primal Odin on the opponent's turn. Really didn't have any problems with that. The ramp seemed really good. Elves seemed okay in this deck. All in all, Maelstrom Pulse. Really love this card as well. What a great card, or what a great deck to play. If you have the wild cards for this one, I would suggest playing it. It ended up a little over 50%. I want to say it was something like 56 or 57% total with that. All in all, not too bad. There's a good chance you have quite a few of these cards, though, already. So give this one a whirl. Really fun to play. If you could, hit the subscribe button. We post new videos every single day. So if you want to see the latest videos, subscribe to the channel and also hit that like icon and comment below how you like this deck. Have a fantastic day.